You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. The parents of a toddler who suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the head in Carbon County over Memorial Day weekend were taken into custody Thursday. State police were called to investigate the shooting of 2-year-old Christian Zawoski at 179 Laurel Spring Road, where he was then taken to an area hospital and later died. An autopsy revealed the fatal head wound was self-inflicted. Authorities say the toddler found the loaded 9mm Glock in his living room toy basket, which his parents, 28-year-old Andrew Zawoski and 24-year-old Christina McFarland, allegedly left there. The pair remains behind bars for the involuntary manslaughter, child endangerment, possession of marijuana, and reckless endangerment charges they now face, unable to post their bail. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton held another web seminar to address their plans moving forward. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has the details.
As the state begins to reopen and the number of new cases has decreased within the past few weeks, Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton held another web seminar to address the public.
We are trending in the right direction, and I want to first off say thank you to the community. They have done an excellent job in carrying out the things that we've requested, and they have social distance. They have worn their mask. They continue to wear their mask. They wash their hands, and so I think all of that has allowed us to be where we are today.
As of today, the hospital has 2 patients in the ICU and only had 1 positive case yesterday in outpatient testing, a significant drop from their situation in April.
We did have our moments back in early April. I believe our peak here was around April 10th, where we had 30 COVID patients in the facility. We had that number for quite some time, anywhere in the high 20s to 30 patients in the facility, and we did at one point have 8 or 9 people on mechanical ventilation at one time. Right now, we have 2 COVID positive patients in the facility. Both of them are on mechanical ventilation at this time. But as you mentioned, it's obviously quite a dramatic decrease from the 30 patients that we were running almost consistently at the beginning of April.
Going forward, the hospital wants to assure the public that your health comes first, and that they're here to make sure that all receive the care they need for any health reason.
Don't hesitate to make that phone call or to go to the emergency room if you feel you need care. We are here for you, whether it's via the phone, through video visits, which we are still offering, through phone visits, which we are still offering. But our #1 priority is to make sure that the community has the care that it needs in a timely manner. We still do have testing sites open in Hazleton. Our testing site is at Sherman Court. I'm still seeing our any patients that are concerned that they could still have COVID or coronavirus symptoms. That facility is open.
As the county enters into the yellow phase, Dr. Evans also wanted to emphasize the importance of wearing masks.
Now, we know the virus spreads through secretion, so it's in our respiratory secretions. It can be spread just by breathing, obviously by coughing and sneezing, and by touching your face and touching other surfaces, other people can get it. And so that's why we mitigate the way that we do. We maintain a safe social distance, 6 feet if possible. And that's why we wear masks. Unfortunately, masks have become so politicized lately. There's nothing political about wearing a mask. Wearing a mask is really fundamental to keeping us in the yellow zone and being a good citizen and trying to do everything we can to keep the virus from spreading.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. And speaking of, LVHN announced today its Hazleton Express Care Shopping Center location has closed. The newly expanded and renovated emergency department at Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton opened at full capacity back in December. The ER now has the ability to take care of minor illnesses and injuries through its new SuperTrack treatment area. It also has a dedicated waiting room where patients are directed after being triaged. Clinicians from Express Care will now be moving to the hospital's emergency department to care for patients. It was last call today for drive-through COVID-19 testing at Mohegan Sun Arena's temporary site in Wilkes-Barre Township. The state opened the site in the arena's parking lot back on April 20th to increase the testing capacity of symptomatic people and help determine COVID-19's prevalence in NEPA. Officials say the facility met its goals, having over 2,000 people tested at the site throughout the past 6 weeks. It was staffed mainly by members of the Pennsylvania National Guard, PEMA, and the Department of Health. The Secretary of Health said the site's closing because there weren't enough people going there for testing, so the resources could be used in other areas instead. A Freeland man lost his life after hitting a deer while riding his motorcycle Wednesday night in Foster Township. According to police, 45-year-old Marius Barnett was traveling east on Route 940 when a deer ran out in front of him on the road. He then hit the animal, which in turn caused him to be thrown from his motorcycle. He was pronounced dead at the scene by emergency responders. A Minneapolis police officer was charged today with third-degree murder and manslaughter. Officer Derek Chauvin was seen in a viral video kneeling on the neck of George Floyd for nearly 8 minutes as the already handcuffed Floyd pled with the officer, saying over and over that he couldn't breathe. Floyd gradually became motionless and was pronounced dead at Minneapolis Hospital. Chauvin was arrested and now faces those charges for murder. A pedestrian sustained head injuries after being involved in a hit-and-run incident in the city of Wilkes-Barre. The accident happened shortly after 11 p.m. Thursday night at the corner of Chestnut and North Main Streets. Police were told that a green sedan was involved in the accident and fled the scene. The victim was taken to Wilkes-Barre General Hospital for treatment. There is no word at this time on the extent of the victim's injuries as the investigation continues. A little bit of drugs turned out to be a lot during a traffic stop in West Hazleton. 27-year-old Cody Frank of Nesquehoning was pulled over in the Lowe's parking lot last Thursday evening. He didn't have a license, and the officer noticed fresh track marks on his arms and hands. Frank told police he only had a little bit of heroin, but police found 553 bags of it in the vehicle, along with 3 bags of cocaine, prescription pills, and drug paraphernalia. He was charged with manufacture, delivery, or possession with intent to deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Frank was released from custody after posting $20,000 bail through a bondsman. Hazleton Elementary and Middle School students can collect their personal property beginning next week. School district property and textbooks can also be dropped off during the allotted times. Student belongings that were left behind can be picked up on the Manhattan Court side of the school building. All belongings were bagged and labeled, so parents can just pull into the driveway. Staff will place the bag on a table and walk away, allowing parents to safely get out of their cars to collect them. Bins will also be placed outside for the return of both textbooks and library books. Each grade level has their own designated days, which are listed up on your screen now. Pickup and drop-off hours run between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Coming up on Wyln News, some COVID-19 support programs and more CARES Act funding, plus potential problems for Pennsylvania's primary. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
It's me again, LJ. Get your umbrellas out because it's about to get wet.
I'm here with my son, Christopher. We're doing our Feel Good Friday, and today I thought I would talk to you a little bit about breakfast in the morning and how to prepare it the night before. So what we like to do is we like to make oatmeal in a jar. So we take about 1/2 cup of oats, preferably gluten-free oats. That's my favorite. And about a spoon of almond butter. Do about 1 cup of almond milk. You can use coconut milk, you can use regular milk. put some bananas in. He likes bananas. You could do strawberries, blueberries. And then I like to add some kind of seeds or nuts. So you can use chia seeds. They're high in antioxidants. So I like to put a spoon of them in. And then also, sometimes I use hemp seeds. They're high in omega-3s and omega-6, which is good for fighting inflammation in the body. So you want to have less inflammation. We all do, Lord knows. You just put your cap on, put it on tight, and put it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow morning, there's your breakfast.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for his country. Then he inspired our entire nation.
That video right there, viewed more than 8 million times.
When I lost my leg, the community here in northeastern Pennsylvania was so good to me, and I want to show my gratitude, and that's why I'm running for Congress.
Earl will relentlessly fight to protect our northeastern PA conservative values.
I realize I can't do this alone. I need your help. I'm Earl Granville, and I approve this message.
The PA Department of Human Services is doing everything it can to connect those struggling financially with safety net programs during this ongoing health emergency. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
The financial impact of the COVID-19 public health crisis has hit many Americans especially hard.
If ever there was a moment for us all to appreciate the importance of a strong, stable, and sufficiently funded social safety net, I think this is that moment.
The Pennsylvania Department of Human Services is reminding residents that public assistance programs remain available. They help people who have lost income to meet basic needs. Programs include SNAP, CHIP, LIHEAP, and health care assistance through Medicaid.
Eligibility for Medicaid is largely income-based, so it's important for folks who've recently lost jobs or experienced a reduction in hours to know that those circumstances may have triggered eligibility for Medicaid. CHIP, on the other hand, covers uninsured children and teens up to age 19 who are not eligible for Medicaid and who do not have other insurance.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program helps Pennsylvania families keep food on their tables by providing money each month to spend on groceries.
About 1.8 million Pennsylvanians buy some of their groceries with SNAP benefits. Almost 40% of beneficiaries are children, and about 38% are individuals with disabilities. SNAP is 100% federally funded. If you are struggling to make ends meet, please apply for SNAP. You will not take anything away from anyone else.
Residents can apply online for these programs at compass.state.pa.us, or they can mail paper documentation to their local county assistance office. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. The potential flood of mail-in ballots caused by fears of in-person voting right now could create problems in Tuesday's primary election. Some concerned county and state officials say there's no way timely election results can happen come November unless the law is tweaked to allow counties to process mail-in ballots before Election Day. A more immediate concern surrounds the question of whether voters can mail their ballots back in time to even count Tuesday night. That 8 p.m. deadline on June 2nd looms right around the corner for Pennsylvania voters. More than 1.8 million voters requested mail-in or absentee ballots for this year's primary election. And so far, more than 730,000 have made their way back through the mail to county elections offices. Nearly 42% of the construction work on the new Wilkes-Barre area high school has been completed so far. The COVID-19 pandemic set the project back around 10 days after Governor Tom Wolf originally ordered all of the state's non-life-sustaining businesses to close their doors. The new high school's project budget has a $121 million price tag and will sit on a 78-acre former mining site between South Main and Moffett Streets in Plains Township. The district wants to be able to open its doors for the start of the 2021-2022 school year to finally merge the former GAR, Myers, and Coughlin students. Columbia County is set to receive $5.8 million in federal relief funds. The House passed Senate Bill 1108 yesterday, which would distribute about $2.6 billion in federal CARES Act funds throughout Commonwealth counties and across various state government departments. From that, $625 million is allocated to 60 Pennsylvania counties who haven't received direct funds from the federal government yet. Based on Columbia County's population, it'll receive $5,866,824 in appropriated funds. Remaining funds will be allocated across various state departments and agencies to provide government services throughout Pennsylvania. Senate Bill 1108 was approved by both chambers of legislature and is now awaiting the governor's signature. Coming up on Foster Township's News Choice, your week in review, plus your Luzerne County SPCA Pets of the Week. So stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Life is different, but it hasn't stopped. So when curiosity turns into a rash, an LVHN video visit is just a click away. No matter what you need, whether it's a phone call with a primary care provider or a specialist, or you just need advice on your health, we have a virtual care option that's right for you. And the best part? You'll always be seen by a Lehigh Valley Health Network provider. Visit lvhn.org/virtual to learn more.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information. Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Monday. We brought you a special edition WYLN newscast for Memorial Day, where we showed celebrations of the past and present. The American holiday observed on the last Monday of May honors the men and women who have died while serving in the U.S. military. 2020's Memorial Day was observed May 25th, but was formerly known as Decoration Day and made its debut on May 30th, 1868. We here at WYLN appreciate all who have served and those currently serving, as well as each and every hero who has made the ultimate sacrifice. Tuesday. Authorities were on a 6-day manhunt for a 23-year-old Yukon senior who was accused of killing 2 people and kidnapping a third. Peter Manfredonia was wanted for the alleged machete killing of a 62-year-old man, the murder of his 23-year-old high school friend, and kidnapping of his high school friend's girlfriend, who was found at a rest area near Paterson, New Jersey, Sunday. After stealing multiple cars and hitching Ubers, the multi-state manhunt ended Wednesday night with his capture at a Pilot truck stop in Hagerstown, Maryland. Investigators tracked Manfredonia from Connecticut to New Jersey and Pennsylvania before eventually taking him into custody without incident. He's said to have a history of depression and anxiety, but authorities have not offered a motive for his crimes at this time. Wednesday. State police identified the body of the victim found at the Francis C. Walter Dam Tuesday. According to reports, 16-year-old Devin Janvier of Toby Hanna was swimming with his family and friends Tuesday when he was observed jumping from a 20 to 30-foot high cliff. He was then seen struggling in the water, where multiple people tried to help him. Dive teams recovered Janvier's body, and he was pronounced dead at the scene by the Luzerne County Deputy Coroner. State police said both Janvier's official cause and manner of death are still pending, and an autopsy was scheduled for the end of this week. Thursday. Autopsy results were in on Thursday for a Carbon County 2-year-old's fatal shooting over Memorial Day weekend. State police were called to investigate the shooting of 2-year-old Christian Zawoski at 179 Laurel Spring Road, where he was then taken to St. Luke's in Lehigh and later died. We now know that the toddler's autopsy revealed that the fatal head wound was self-inflicted and that his parents were taken into custody Thursday. Authorities now say the toddler found the loaded 9mm Glock in his living room toy basket, which his parents, 28-year-old Andrew Zawoski and 24-year-old Christina McFarland, allegedly left there. The pair remains behind bars for the involuntary manslaughter, child endangerment, possession of marijuana, and reckless endangerment charges they now face, unable to post their bail. Friday. It was last call today for drive-through COVID-19 testing at Mohegan Sun Arena's temporary site in Wilkes-Barre Township. The state opened the site in the arena's parking lot back on April 20th to increase the testing capacity of symptomatic people and help determine COVID-19's prevalence in NEPA. Officials say the facility met its goals, having over 2,000 people tested at the site throughout the past 6 weeks. It was staffed mainly by members of the Pennsylvania National Guard, PEMA, and the Department of Health. The Secretary of Health said the site's closing because there weren't enough people going there for testing, so the resources could be used in other areas instead. That's it for your week in review here on Wyln News.
First, Earl Granville fought and sacrificed for his country. Then he inspired our entire nation.
That video right there, viewed more than 8 million times.
When I lost my leg, the community here in northeastern Pennsylvania was so good to me, and I want to show my gratitude, and that's why I'm running for Congress.
Earl will relentlessly fight to protect our northeastern PA conservative values.
I realize I can't do this alone. I need your help. I'm Earl Granville, and I approve this message.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Today, PennDOT once again reopened the doors to additional driver's license and photo centers in Yellowface counties. A reminder that those centers will be adhering to the Governor and State Department of Health's work and social interaction restrictions. In our viewing area, that includes the Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre, and Schuylkill Haven photo and driver's license centers. Modified hours are Tuesday through Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. Customers 60 and up can swing by Wednesday and Thursday during their designated hours between 8:30 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. For all the latest on PennDOT's reopenings, hours of operation, and services available, be sure to visit dmv.pa.gov. Some good summer news for you, as the state gave the okay for swimming at state parks. Swimming beaches at state parks are set to open Saturday, June 6th, and even some pools will open by Saturday, June 13th. DCNR wants to open pools and beaches at state parks to help people stay physically and mentally healthy. However, you'll still need to social distance and wear a mask when you're not in the water. The number of people allowed on a beach or pool will be limited to half capacity, and visitor parking will be limited as well. While most pools at state parks should be open by the 13th, DCNR says The pool at Lackawanna State Park's expected to open a week later, on Saturday, June 20th. If you've been thinking about adopting a pet, well, there's no time like the present. Luzerne County SPCA has some more furry friends for you to check out this week. Meet Mr. Darcy, an adult male 3-year-old playful, lovable little fellow who's ready to warm his way into your heart. Next up, we've got Meow Meow. She's a friendly 10-year-old cat that loves to talk to you while being petted and would make a great companion to just about anyone. And now, a real cutie. Meet Saffron, a female white lionhead bunny. She's not only just about the sweetest ball of fur you've ever seen, but she's more than ready to hop right into your heart. The shelter's still adopting out new best friends amid the pandemic, so be sure to contact the Luzerne County SPCA at 570-825-4111. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you'll find the real facts about COVID-19 from LVHN or who's open for business. Stay with us. A look at today's weather's next, right here on WYLN TV.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry.